Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Fox and who's next. And we're going to talk about what we can all learn from 1980s action films. That's the big question right now. Who is next to go at Fox? It probably makes up 40% of my inbox. And there are people all over social media, there are political commentators, everybody's making their predictions. I have a different view of this. There are old movies, and there's a cliche in it. You know, the bad guy walks in. Who's in charge here? Somebody says, I am, raises their hand. Bang! Who's in charge here? You are. That's what Rupert Murdoch just did. Who goes next depends on who doesn't listen to the new boss. Same as the old boss. A lot of people rightfully pointed out that Tucker seemed to view himself as Fox. He was the most important thing. Everything was about him. This is the view a lot of people were kind of casting when it comes to the way he behaved. I don't know that personally. I don't know the guy. But that's the image that most people portrayed of him. If you are somebody who is wanting to reassert control of your pet project, and you know one person in particular is viewed as the de facto boss, and that person may not agree with all of the changes you have planned, what do? You make sure they're not there anymore. And you do it in a surprising way. So what just happened? Who I think next is whoever crosses Murdoch next. I think this might have been a little bit more of a warning to other people in the way that it was done. Now, as information has come out, of course, it had nothing to do with the massive lawsuit. It had to do with something else. Sure, whatever. I believe that. That could be true. I mean, it is Fox. It's not like they have a reputation for being less than accurate or anything. But I do think that even if that was true, in the way that it was done to send a message. It was done to send a message to every personality on Fox that people are saying is next. That was telling Hannity, hey, there's going to be some changes and you're going to be okay with them. And then that's probably another 10% of the inbox. What kind of changes to expect at Fox? Okay, don't expect it to become some bastion of journalistic ethics. That's not going to happen. Best case scenario, in my opinion, is that they absolutely stop promoting blatantly false narratives. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't think the rhetoric is going to be... I don't think that's going to decrease. It will probably be just as inflammatory, but they will put in more checks to make certain that there won't be any blatantly false information. There may be cases where they still go for plausible deniability. Oh, we didn't know. We were doing the best that we could. But I think that the, quote, news side of the organization, if you don't know, Fox kind of has themselves self-divided into the news side and the entertainment side, I guess. I think the news side might have a little bit more influence over being able to say, hey, this is factually inaccurate. But I think it would have to be pretty blatant stuff. Stuff like, who won an election. I wouldn't expect, real fact checking to suddenly begin, or anything like that. It's still going to be Fox. Another thing that has come up is, what about Tucker himself? What is he going to do? I don't care. I don't. Don't go away, man. Just go away. I don't care where he goes. I'm sure that there is some golden parachute that he's getting out of this. But at the end of it, he's not on Fox anymore. The rhetoric that he put out, it's not going to be there coming from him. People are going to saying that, well, he's just going to go to some other outlet. I mean, okay, sure, do that. It's going to be smaller. They probably do not have the funds to insure him the way that Fox did. He could go out on his own, but then you run into that same insurance issue. A lot of personalities at Fox, they're going to have a hard time finding a job somewhere else, because the companies that insure other companies for false statements, bringing somebody that was, maybe part of $787 million settlement, that might raise rates a little bit. And sure, for some smaller companies, they may take the risk, and maybe they'll be fine. But he won't have the audience. He won't have the sway. Those people who would follow him, they're already so far down that echo chamber, it doesn't matter. As far as I know, the only public offer that he's gotten so far came from RT. That's not a joke. They actually tweeted something to the effect of, hey, you can still come here and challenge the story, or something like that. Maybe they were just inviting him on a show. Maybe they weren't offering to hire him, but I bet they would. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.